Hello everyone, I represent Olabams Creations and today I want to show us how to cut this beautiful A-line gown. I have 6 yards of material but I won't be finishing it. Today this gown, I'll be cutting it on bias. I can decide to cut on a straight grain, but I think I love the bias fold. And to cut on bias, I explained into detail when we were cutting cow neck top. To cut on bias means to just fold diagonally. I love the shape it gives, so that's why I'll be cutting on bias. The full length of this gown is 63 inches. I'll add 2 inches to it to make room for bending allowance at the hem and the allowance I'll be using to fold at the upper part. I measured 70 inches twice. The reason I did this is to cater for my length, because when I'm folding on bias, the length will be shorter if I measured exactly to 65 inches. So that's why I decided to measure 70 inches. I'll be starting my measurement from this place. Remember, whenever you are placing your measurement, always mark on the wrong side of the fabric. I have my Dartless bodice, so I'll be making use of it. We have drafted it previously. I've dropped the link in the description box. You can go and check it so that you can understand better how the lines were drawn. Here is my chest line, which also serves as half of my armhole. That is my bust line. I have my waist line and my hip line. I explained everything into detail while we were drafting our Dartless bodice and while we were taking measurement. Also explained to us that the front armhole is usually deeper than the back armhole. Half of my armhole is 9 inches. My shoulder to my bust line is 10.5 inches. I'll mark the line. And from my shoulder to my waist is 17 inches. I'm going to be marking the line as well. To get my hip measurement, I'll take either 8 or 9 inches from the waist. Let me go with 9 inches because I'm a bit tall. We are going to be connecting the lines together. My bust measurement is 41. 41 divided by 4 will give me 10.25. I will add ½ inch as my seam, as my ease allowance. I will also add 1.5 inches as my seam allowance. That's the allowance for sewing. Altogether, I'll be marking 12.25 on my bust line. I will mark the same on my bust line. My waist circumference is 39 inches. I added 1 inch to serve as ease. So that gives me 40 inches. 40 divided by 4 will give me 10 inches. I added 1.5 inches as my seam allowance. And then on my hip, I have my hip to be 46. 46 plus 2. I want to have some little easier. 46 plus 2 will give me 48. Divided by 4 will give me 12. I added another 1.5 inch as my seam allowance. From this hip, I'll just mark a straight line. I will go down to the hem. As you can see, the shape is really looking beautiful. This is the remaining fabric that I cut out from the side. I can use it to cut my basic sleeve, or better still, I can use it as my head tie. It all depends on my preference. Since I already have my Dartless bodice pattern, I am using it to cut out my armhole. Because the front armhole is deeper than the back armhole, I'm cutting the back armhole first, and then later I will trim off with the front armhole. To get the shape of the armhole without using pattern, I did was to measure my shoulder. My shoulder was 8.5 inches. I measured 8.5 inches on my shoulder, and then I placed the same measurement, which is 8.5, on my chest line. And I connected the lines and brought out the shape of the back. If you watch the dartless bodice pattern, you will get what I'm saying very well. To connect the armhole, you can either use your free hand or use the French curve. Whichever is convenient for you will just be fine. To draw the front armhole, I'll just place my pattern. Since I'm using the pattern, I place it in, it's a bit deeper than the back armhole, so I'll use my pattern to trace out the front armhole. So when I'm cutting the armhole, I'll cut out the back armhole first and then trim off that front armhole. My shoulder slope is 1 inch. For my front neck, I'll be doing 4.5 inches wide and 6 inches depth. I'm doing a V-neck for my front neckline. For the back neckline, I'll be doing 4.5 inches wide by 1.5 inches depth. I'll be cutting the back neckline first and then I'll remove it and then cut out the front neckline. Before separating the back and the front, I want to do something here. At the hemline, I will go up by like 2 or 3 inches, but I choose to use 3 inches. And then I will use my hip curve to give it a slight curve, so that the hem will not just be sweeping the floor anyhow. You can use your free hand to shape it out. So what I'm doing here is to separate the back part of the A-line gown from the front part. I will cut out the neck of the front part of our gown. We are done with the cutting of our A-line gown. Look at how beautiful it is. The next thing to do here is to cut our facing, attach our sleeve, and sew it in with the 1.5 inches seam allowance that we added initially. I can as well decide to use bias for my finishing. It all depends on my preference. The type of sleeve I'm going to be adding is this type of sleeve I'm wearing with just a little twist. I already have the video on how to make a basic sleeve on my channel. So I'll make a video on how to do this sleeve and then I will show it to you in another video. Thank you for staying in till the end. Don't forget to like, share this video, comment and subscribe to this channel. You can click on the notification bell. You'll be notified whenever I drop a new video. So thank you. This is beginner friendly. Remember, you can just place your dartless bodice. Once you fold on bias, place your dartless bodice on it and then you are good to go.